This message found you for a reason. Pay attention to what is shifting now. Beloved, this message reaches you not by chance, but by alignment. There is a quiet change unfolding within you, and although the world around you may look the same, something inside is no longer where it once was. That awareness you feel, that pause, that questioning, that calm mixed with uncertainty, is the doorway through which guidance arrives. You are not behind. You are not late. You are being repositioned. Archangelic messages do not arrive to announce themselves loudly. They emerge when your awareness is mature enough to receive without fear. Right now, you are being guided to notice what no longer fits, even if you cannot yet explain why. Beloved, there is a release happening. Old expectations, outdated roles, unnecessary pressure. You are loosening your grip on them. This may feel unsettling, but it is necessary. What you are letting go of has already completed its purpose. You are being reminded that effort alone is not alignment. Action without clarity leads to exhaustion. Guidance now is asking you to simplify rather than intensify. Fewer distractions, clearer intentions, cleaner boundaries. Pay attention to where your energy naturally settles. What feels calm but certain? What feels honest even if it is uncomfortable? These are signals, not doubts. Beloved, you may notice that some people misunderstand your quietness lately. Silence is not withdrawal. It is integration. You are recalibrating internally before your next movement externally. This message also carries reassurance. You do not need to explain your process to be valid. Alignment does not require permission. When something is correct, it stabilizes you even if others do not understand it. You are being guided to trust restraint as much as action. Not every opportunity is meant to be pursued. Not every reaction is meant to be expressed. Discernment is strength, not hesitation. Beloved, timing is working with you, not against you. What feels delayed is being refined. What feels uncertain is being clarified. You are not stuck. You are stabilizing. If you feel drawn to order, fairness, and truth more strongly now, that is no accident. Integrity is becoming non-negotiable. Where truth is compromised, discomfort will arise until correction occurs. This message does not predict outcomes. It prepares awareness. You are being aligned to move forward with less resistance, fewer regrets, and greater coherence. When the next step appears, it will feel calm, not rushed. Clear, not chaotic. Beloved, nothing is being taken from you. What is leaving was already complete. Remain attentive. Remain grounded. Remain honest. Guidance continues, not as noise, but as clarity. And clarity, once recognized, changes everything quietly. Beloved, as this message continues, notice how your attention has become more selective. You are no longer drawn to everything that once demanded your energy. This narrowing is not loss. It is precision forming. Archangelic guidance at this stage focuses on stabilization of identity. You are being encouraged to stop defining yourself by reaction, comparison, or external rhythm. What remains when noise fades is what is true. You may feel an increasing discomfort with rushing. This is not hesitation. It is discernment strengthening. When alignment deepens, urgency weakens. What is correct does not need to chase you. It waits until you are ready to meet it clearly. Beloved, this message emphasizes something important. Not all clarity feels dramatic. Some clarity feels ordinary, even quiet. Do not overlook it. The most stable guidance often arrives without emotion, without tension, without spectacle. You are also being guided to examine where you give energy automatically. Habits of over-explaining, over-committing, or over-correcting are being gently challenged. This is not withdrawal from responsibility. It is correction of imbalance. Beloved, boundaries are becoming simpler now. Not because you are harder, but because you are clearer. You will notice that you explain less and act more decisively. This is alignment expressing itself practically. Another message present now concerns patience with process. Growth is not linear. There will be days of certainty and days of quiet uncertainty. Neither indicates failure. Both are part of integration. You may notice that advice from others feels less relevant than before. This is not arrogance. It is inner authority stabilizing. Guidance shifts from external validation to internal coherence. Beloved, you are also being reminded that rest is not retreat. Stillness is part of movement. When you pause intentionally, insight organizes itself naturally. Do not resist moments of slowness. Archangelic influence now supports honesty with self above all else. If something no longer aligns, acknowledge it early. Delay creates friction. Truth simplifies decisions before complexity forms. This message also carries reassurance about direction. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to recognize the next correct step. Clarity unfolds in sequence, not all at once. Beloved, if you feel calmer but less excited than before, that is not loss of passion. It is maturity of focus. Sustainable momentum replaces impulsive drive. You are being aligned for consistency, not intensity. As this guidance settles, you may notice fewer internal arguments. Choices feel cleaner. Recovery from mistakes is quicker. Awareness adjusts without self-judgment. This is not an ending. It is refinement. Remain attentive to what feels steady rather than loud. Remain honest about what can be maintained without strain. Remain grounded in what brings coherence rather than approval. Beloved, guidance continues, not by pushing you forward, but by keeping you centered as you move. And from that center, direction becomes natural. Beloved, this continuation brings the message into embodiment, because awareness is meant to live through you, not remain separate from daily life. Guidance now shifts from understanding to application. You may notice that situations arise where you are tested quietly. Not dramatic challenges, but subtle moments. How you respond to inconvenience, how you speak when tired, how you act when no one is watching. These moments matter more now than grand decisions. Alignment is refined through the ordinary. Archangelic guidance at this stage emphasizes integrity without performance. You are not being asked to prove anything. You are being asked to remain consistent. When values stay intact across changing conditions, stability forms naturally. Beloved, there may be moments where old habits try to return. This is not regression. It is integration being tested. Awareness notices patterns faster now, which means correction happens earlier. Do not judge this process. Recognition itself is progress. Another message present now is about trust and restraint. You will feel less compelled to react, explain, or defend. Silence becomes a conscious choice rather than avoidance. This does not weaken you, it preserves clarity. Beloved, archangelic influence also strengthens discernment around effort. You are learning where effort is required and where it is wasted. Forcing what resists repeatedly drains alignment. Supporting what flows steadily sustains it. You may also feel less tolerance for chaos, internal or external. This is not rigidity. It is sensitivity to coherence. Where disorder persists, your awareness will naturally disengage or correct. This message also addresses self-respect. You are being guided to honor your limits without apology. When boundaries are respected internally, they rarely need enforcement externally. Beloved, timing continues to be refined. Opportunities that arrive now will feel balanced, not overwhelming. If something demands urgency at the cost of stability, it is not aligned. Another sign of guidance at work is reduced inner conflict. Decisions may still be difficult, but they are cleaner. You move forward without carrying excess doubt. Archangelic messages now appear less as thoughts and more as orientation. You simply know when something fits and when it does not. This knowing is calm, not emotional. Beloved, remain patient with yourself during this phase. Integration is not visible externally at first. Others may not notice the internal order forming. That does not diminish its importance. What you are building now is durability, clarity that lasts, stability that adapts. This guidance does not push you toward a destination. It strengthens how you move. And when movement becomes coherent, direction reveals itself naturally. Beloved, remain steady, remain honest, remain attentive. The message continues, not as instruction, but as alignment lived. Beloved, this part of the message turns your attention toward awareness in motion. Alignment is no longer something you think about. It becomes something you practice without effort. Guidance now expresses itself through how you move through uncertainty. You may notice that situations no longer provoke the same reactions they once did. What used to create tension now invites observation. This shift is important. It means awareness is leading response, not habit. Archangelic guidance at this stage focuses on adaptability without compromise. You are learning how to remain true while adjusting to changing circumstances. Flexibility does not mean surrendering values. It means applying them intelligently. Beloved, you are also being guided to release unnecessary resistance. Not everything requires correction. Some things simply require distance. Knowing the difference preserves energy and clarity. Another message present now is about trust and subtlety. Not every step forward will feel like progress. Some movements happen internally before they become visible externally. This does not make them weaker. It makes them stable. You may experience moments of quiet confidence that do not seek validation. Decisions settle quickly. Doubt passes without lingering. This is guidance functioning as orientation rather than instruction. Beloved, archangelic influence now supports responsibility without burden. You carry what is yours without taking on what is not. This balance brings calm authority to your actions. You are also being reminded that clarity does not require certainty about the future. It requires honesty in the present. When you act correctly now, direction organizes itself naturally. This message also speaks to compassion with boundaries. You may feel empathy without obligation, understanding without self-sacrifice. This is maturity of awareness. Beloved, as alignment stabilizes further, you may notice fewer dramatic insights. Instead, life feels organized. Choices align quickly. Recovery from disruption becomes faster. This is not stagnation. It is coherence. Archangelic guidance at this level becomes almost invisible because it has integrated into perception. You do not receive messages, you recognize truth. Remain attentive to what sustains balance. Remain grounded in what is repeatable. Remain honest when correction is needed. Beloved, this guidance continues not to lead you somewhere else, but to keep you steady where you are, so movement forward remains clear, calm, and aligned. And from this steadiness, everything else unfolds naturally. Beloved, this final part of the message brings everything into quiet completion, not as an ending, but as a state you begin to live from rather than reach toward. At this stage, guidance is no longer something you wait for. It is something you recognize as already present. Awareness has settled into your perception so naturally that you may forget it was ever separate from you. Archangelic influence now works through maintenance of balance. Not correction, not instruction, maintenance. You instinctively notice when something is out of alignment and adjust without drama. This is mastery of awareness, not control. Beloved, you may observe that your life feels less chaotic even when challenges arise. Problems still exist, but they do not scatter you. You respond instead of react. You move instead of spiral. This steadiness is not accidental. It is alignment sustained. Another message present now is acceptance without resignation. You understand what can be changed and what must be worked with. This clarity frees enormous energy. Resistance fades, and action becomes precise. Beloved, archangelic guidance also supports humility at this level, not as self-doubt, but as proportion. You know your role, your limits, and your responsibility clearly. This knowledge is calming, not diminishing. You may also feel less need to define yourself. Labels loosen. Comparisons lose relevance. Identity stabilizes around values rather than image. This is inner authority becoming quiet and strong. Archangelic messages now appear mostly as confirmation. A sense of this is right. A calm completion after a decision. A lack of internal debate. These signals indicate coherence, not complacency. Beloved, you are also being guided to trust sustainability. What you build now must last, not impress. Long-term clarity outweighs short-term intensity. You naturally choose what can be maintained without self-betrayal. At this stage, silence becomes comfortable. You do not fill space unnecessarily. Stillness no longer feels empty. It feels complete. This is awareness at rest. Archangelic work reaches fulfillment when you no longer seek it actively. Not because it has left, but because it has integrated fully. Beloved, understand this clearly. Guidance does not disappear when you stop noticing it. It becomes structure. It becomes orientation. It becomes how you live. From here, life moves forward with fewer corrections needed. When misalignment appears, it resolves quickly. When uncertainty arises, clarity follows without force. This is not perfection. This is coherence. And coherence is the quiet success archangelic guidance is designed to support. Beloved, remain present. Remain honest. Remain balanced. The message continues, not as words, but as the way you move through life itself. Beloved, this continuation carries the message into long-term living, where alignment is tested not by intensity, but by time. What lasts reveals what is real. At this stage, archangelic guidance concerns endurance of clarity. It is easy to remain aligned during insight. It is more meaningful to remain aligned during routine. This is where awareness matures. You may notice that distractions attempt to return, not dramatically, but subtly. Small compromises, familiar patterns, old comforts. Guidance does not resist these aggressively. Instead, it sharpens your ability to notice them early before they pull you off course. Beloved, this is refinement of discernment. You sense when something drains you faster than it nourishes you. You recognize when engagement is unnecessary. This awareness protects your energy without effort. Another message present now is about responsibility without heaviness. You carry what is yours to carry, and you release what never belonged to you. This distinction becomes clear through lived experience, not thought. Archangelic influence at this level also strengthens patience with results. You understand that correct action does not always produce immediate visible outcomes. Still, you act correctly because alignment itself is the reward. Beloved, you may notice fewer dramatic highs and lows. Emotional balance stabilizes. This does not mean life becomes dull. It means you are no longer governed by fluctuation. Guidance now appears most clearly when you are tempted to overextend. A quiet inner signal encourages moderation. You stop before exhaustion, not after. This is protection functioning continuously. Another aspect of this stage is trust in self-correction. When mistakes occur, you recover without harsh self-judgment. Learning replaces self-criticism. Growth becomes efficient. Beloved, archangelic guidance also supports quiet confidence. You no longer need to announce direction. You simply move. Others may sense steadiness without understanding its source. This message also reinforces truthfulness with yourself. If something no longer aligns, you acknowledge it sooner. Delay decreases. Decisions become cleaner. As alignment sustains itself, life organizes around it. Relationships clarify. Commitments simplify. Priorities stabilize. None of this requires force. Beloved, guidance now lives in rhythm. In how you pace your days. In how you balance effort and rest. In how you speak when uncertain. These small consistencies build long-term coherence. This is not a peak. This is a foundation. And foundations do not seek attention. They support everything quietly. Remain steady. Remain discerning. Remain aligned. The message continues, not as instruction, but as the stability you carry forward each day. Beloved, this part of the message brings awareness to continuity through change. Alignment is not about freezing life into certainty. It is about moving with change without losing yourself. At this stage, archangelic guidance emphasizes adaptability anchored in truth. Circumstances will shift. Roles may change. Expectations may evolve. What remains constant is the clarity you carry within movement. Guidance ensures that change refines you rather than fragments you. You may notice that you respond to uncertainty with curiosity instead of fear. This is significant. Fear seeks control. Curiosity seeks understanding. Alignment replaces the need to predict with the ability to respond. Beloved, archangelic influence now supports decisiveness without rigidity. You make choices firmly, yet remain open to adjustment. This balance prevents both paralysis and stubbornness. Another message present now is about endings that complete naturally. You no longer force closure or avoid it. When something finishes, you recognize completion without drama. This allows energy to return cleanly rather than linger. You may also observe that your tolerance for misalignment has decreased, not because you are harsher, but because you are clearer. What once felt acceptable now feels distracting. This is awareness refining standards gently. Beloved, guidance at this level strengthens inner consistency. You behave similarly across environments. There is less fragmentation between who you are alone and who you are with others. Integrity becomes natural. Archangelic messages now appear primarily through resonance. When something aligns, you feel steady engagement. When it does not, interest fades without conflict. This subtle response protects clarity. Another duty active now is preservation of balance during contribution. As you give more, you are guided to give wisely. Overextension is corrected early. Service remains sustainable. Beloved, silence becomes more valuable than explanation. You choose when to speak and when to remain still. Words become intentional rather than habitual. This message also highlights trust in pacing. You no longer rush to arrive. You allow direction to unfold through consistent steps. Patience becomes strength, not delay. Archangelic guidance at this stage is deeply practical. It shows up in how you plan, how you rest, how you adjust expectations. Spirituality integrates fully into daily function. Beloved, when alignment reaches this depth, life feels less dramatic but more meaningful. You are not chasing significance, you are living it quietly. This is not withdrawal from life. This is presence within it. Remain flexible without losing truth. Remain open without losing boundaries. Remain engaged without losing balance. Beloved, the message continues as movement, steady, honest, and aligned, carrying you forward without force. Beloved, this final continuation brings the message into quiet wholeness, not as a conclusion, but as a state you now recognize as familiar. Alignment has become less something you seek and more something you return to naturally. At this stage, archangelic guidance operates through remembrance. When distraction arises, you remember what matters. When confusion appears, you return to simplicity. When pressure builds, you reconnect with proportion. This return happens without struggle. You may notice that life now asks fewer questions of you, not because challenges disappear, but because your responses are already prepared through awareness. You do not deliberate endlessly. You act with calm certainty. Beloved, archangelic influence here supports trust in your own steadiness. You no longer second-guess clarity once it arrives. Doubt may pass through, but it does not settle. This confidence is not loud. It is grounded. Another message present now is acceptance of imperfection without compromise of integrity. You allow yourself to learn without self-punishment. Mistakes become information rather than identity. Growth continues without friction. Beloved, you may also sense a deeper respect for time. You do not rush outcomes. You do not cling to timelines. You understand that alignment unfolds through rhythm, not force. Patience feels natural rather than imposed. Archangelic guidance at this level is almost invisible because it has become internal structure. Values guide behavior automatically. Boundaries maintain themselves. Balance corrects itself quickly when disturbed. You may notice that fewer things feel urgent. This does not reduce effectiveness. It increases it. Action taken from calm carries more precision than action taken from pressure. Beloved, silence becomes nourishing. Solitude restores rather than isolates. Presence deepens without effort. This is awareness at rest within itself. This message does not ask you to hold on to it. It asks you to live it. Alignment now expresses itself through consistency, honesty, and ease. You move forward without constantly checking direction because orientation is stable. Beloved, archangelic work fulfills itself when you no longer need reminders. Guidance continues not as instruction, but as coherence shaping every step. Remain present. Remain balanced. Remain true. The message does not end here. It lives on through how you choose, how you respond, and how you remain aligned, quietly, steadily, and without force.